All right, here we go. Final four match on the A side. Two Spokane players playing each other. Keith Tappe versus David Jenny. It's the 525 and under tournament being held in Yakima, Washington at the Dutch. It's 24 players, $100 buy-in plus a $40 side pot. Winner take all in the side pot, paying top six in the tournament itself. Both these players are in the final four on the A side, which puts them into the money in the tournament. They're guaranteed fifth, sixth. It's double elimination. It's races to 7, BCA rules. 3 foul is in effect. Opponent rack, winner break is the only variation. Early nines count, nines on the break count. And David opens by crushing the first break. Got a tough cut on the 2, especially with the shape for the 4, and then 5's in a funny spot. So he's got some work to do, but it was a really good break. So David tried to cut that 2 ball, overcut it. Didn't really leave Keith much of a shot. So Keith tried to play safety here, clipped the 8 and left David a shot. It's not the best of shots, but he left him a shot nonetheless. David plays safe and gets there, looks like. But Keith will have to be kicking or jumping here. It's a good hit. Almost made the 9. But he leaves David a shot here. David's going to need to slow roll this 2 in. I'd like to see him even put maybe a little left-hand English over here so that he can try to hold shape over there for the 4 in the side, because I'm not sure how well the 4 is going to pass the 5. He just hit it a little thick. He jumped up on his shot too. I mean, he had an option to try to play down towards this direction over here to try to play the 4 in the corner, but then shape for the 5 gets a little funky there. Could have even played a safety from there if he needed to, but I don't know if Keith's looking at a bank shot here or just looking at playing safe. Oh, he went for it. He leaves David another shot. Messed the 6-7 up, but a chance to pocket this ball here. Hold for the 4. You know, he might be able to pocket this 4 ball. I'm not sure. Well, he's looking 2 rails. He must not be able to fit through there. No, 3 rails at it. Kind of fired at that pretty quick. Didn't really measure up a whole lot. Just he might not be one of those guys that wants to do too much measure and just kind of kicks and banks off field though. So not sure. All right, let's see what Keith can do with it. Got himself a little funny on the 6. I think he's cutting this thin enough. He doesn't have to worry about his tangent lines for scratching or anything. But he's putting some low on this. Man, he hit that really good. But he left himself really tough. He needed that 8 to come over just a little bit more to make that a pocketable ball there. See what he comes up with. Good shot. Good speed. Man, oh man, what a great shot that was. That was a really good shot. Good angle, good speed. David needs to get a hit here, or else that's a game-winning shot. And it might be anyways. Even if he gets a hit here, he has to pretty much pocket this ball, I think, without getting like some very, very fortunate roll. You know, both these guys are from Spokane, 3.5 hours away. They both played here before, so this isn't a new place for them. They've played tournaments here before. Yeah, he was in a tough spot. It's going to be tough to get a hit no matter what. Keith played a great shot. Just leave himself a little back angle. Just going to stun draw this up table. Trying to come up into here for the 9. We can get anywhere over here. I don't like to do that. I would much rather put your cue ball out in this area and just play it and let it come off the rail and back down, or even on this side, same thing. Hearing him drawing all over the place. It's easier to control that, I think, than this stun draw. Unless he's going to come off the side rail and go short side. Yeah, that's what he did. It's a good shot. I think I would have just set up to come one rail down. That's such a big window, but can't fault him there. Played a great shot. It's a good first rack for Keith. It's winter break, so it makes it difficult for the losing opponent to stay positive, when they're up there racking. See how his first break is. Lays into it. Makes a ball, but everything clustered up on the other end. I think all he's got is a kick off that end rail. Maybe like a little bit of a one pocket shot kick and try to hit the one fairly thick to get it to bank up towards the side and have the cue ball come off, hit the 2 and stay in this area, and have the one bank up into this area here. Really good. Which means he has to come off this side rail here. Man. He almost pocketed that ball. Yeah, well, David's trying to figure this out. Let's look around the tournament here. Let's see what we got. All right, so Keith and David are here playing. Jose Padilla and Jared Pickens will be playing next on the A side. Looks like Kevin Young and Trey Vineyard just started a match on the B side, as did Cody Wilson and Dustin Geffey. Neppy and Rodney Barney, and Al Hawk and Jose Mendoza. Looks like there's 12 players left, so half this field is gone. Tournament started at 10 a.m. today, so it is moving very fast. Yeah, that was a long ways to jump and stay on the table. Definitely doable, but he jumped it with a lot of power. Keith's going to take ball in hand here and got a pretty manageable table. So these guys here, Keith Tappe is a 503 Fargo, and David Jenny is a 493 Fargo. So these guys are only 10 points apart. Keith's shooting pretty good, I'll tell you that. I know he's been doing a lot of traveling for pool. As far as I know, he's been doing pretty well most places he's gone. Yeah, he's working around this table really good. That was a really great shot. If you're here watching the match, you should share the stream. Get it out there, share it on Facebook. Get people watching. Got to get some viewership going for our sponsors. Volution Fitness. Got multiple locations between here and Lower Valley, Tri-Cities, Screen FX for embroidering and screen printing. ACH Hauling out of Warden, Washington. PNW Design Fab. Excuse me. Gary Bradley Trucking. It's all being held here at the Dutch in Yakima, Washington. It's definitely your place to play pool when you come up this direction. Got 5 diamonds in here. And it's brought to you on EvoSports right here. Great platform, great streaming service. They're making waves. They're getting out there. They're in Florida now, Texas, California. They're over in China, I believe, Canada. I mean, they're starting to pop up everywhere. It's a great platform, great people. They're constantly evolving, adding, adjusting, and making it better and better for everybody. So give love to Evo. Watch their streams. You can go to their page, and they've got tons of matches. Everything saves on there. I think there's almost 300, probably over 300 matches just on the Dutch playlist right now. Just matches on this one table, from league matches to money matches to tournament matches like this. It's really good to be able to go back and watch your streams. Good quality. Yeah, so Keith missed the ball there, giving David a chance here. Makes the 1. He's going to have to put a good stroke and draw this back to get to the 4. Just from the looks of it, David's fundamentals look pretty good as far as like his stance. He gets down on his cue pretty good. It almost looks like he grips his cue a little too tight, his backhand. So that's probably something that might just be a little bit to do with, some of the tournament jitters and stuff right now. But definitely has a lot going for him when it comes to the fundamental side. Same with Keith. Gets down on the cue good. Hitting the ball is pretty good right now. It's a good shot. Let's see if he gets the love of being able to see the 5, and he does. And Keith is shooting really good right now, and luck favors the aggressor too. So he's playing good, shooting good, getting a few good little rolls here and there, just little nudges. He's gonna have to run into this 7 ball, I think, unless he draws around out of it. Yeah, good shot. Got a little straight on this ball. Yep. Give himself a chance to cut this 8 in. I think he'll be fine going 2 rails, going back towards the center of the table for the 9 on the side. So he just doesn't want to hammer it. He overcut it. A little bit of that overcut is probably a little bit worried about scratching his bottom right-hand corner pocket, but I think he'd have been fine as long as he just put a good stroke, didn't hammer the ball to get it to deflect off towards that pocket more. He ends up overcutting it, leaving David a tough shot here, but this is a big shot for him. He's got to get on the board here. These races to 7. I mean, you got a little bit of time, but they're fairly short for a 9-ball race. Got a little love. Left Keith a tough shot here. Keith can try banking this ball. You can try playing a safety. See what he comes up with. Yeah, just going to make it get perfect on the 9. Good shot. Got to bear down and focus. Sometimes these are the tough ones to make. Man, he's got a lot of bridge out there. Yeah. Good straight stroke. Nice out, Keith. Putting a lot of pressure on David here. Punishing him with those mistakes, getting out when he needs to. That is 100% true, Mike, in the chat. Can't play 9-ball without a little love. Yeah, that's what I made a comment last match about. It's the game we play. It is what it is. Can't let it bother you. This is an ugly table. I'm going to push. Separate that 9-6. But, he left David a shot at the 2 or at the 1. He can pocket it or he can play a safety. It's probably easier to pocket the ball than play it safe, honestly. Yep, he got a little love there. That's a good attempt. He didn't have a ton of options. He's kind of forced into that. David got down fast. He didn't really take a look at a lot. David's going to have to, some motorcycle going by. David's going to have to slow down a little bit, try to be a little more methodical. He doesn't want to let this get too far out of hand. Just as I say that, Keith makes a great shot. Yeah, he overhit this ball a little bit. I'd play this in the side. I'd probably play it with some low right. Bring the cue ball off this direction for the 4. Yeah, see, when you're trying to just cut it with some inside, trying to hold shape, it's really easy to hit it thick. But look at the leave anyways, you know. I mean, sometimes you got to just let your stroke out and let it come around the table. I just made a comment about him getting down and shooting fast, and he almost ran up to that table and got down into a shot. That's just a little frustration is what that is. Because that's a table that David would normally get out on. But, you know, look, Keith jumped up there, got down fast, and then got funny shape to the 4. Luckily, he can just stun this ball, and he can just focus on pocketing the ball because the 5's sitting in a good spot. Even if he hits it with like a low or a center stun, he's just going to move the 9 out of the way. So it's like he's going high on it. I didn't like that. Put a little chicken wing into it too. All right, David, slow down. Take a look. Do your pre-shot and get out here. We want to see a good match here. David's fully capable, if you've never seen him play before, he's fully capable of putting together a good match here. He's just struggling. And Keith, you know, to his credit, is forcing a little bit of that struggle because Keith come out swinging and shooting really good. I think he's going to try drawing off for this. He's going to have to hit this 4 super thick if he's going to draw it. He doesn't want to catch the rail too soon or else the 9 ball is going to hook him. Yeah. Went way too far. This would be a good time for a safety, though. It's never too late. Bank this 5 down here. You could either stop the cue ball or you could have the cue ball travel and come back up onto this 9 and have this 5 ball come off and come over here. You have options. You're not forced into an offensive shot here. Yeah, he tried. He hit the 5 a little too thick, brought it into the 9 ball. That's why I was saying bring the cue ball off the rail and then back to the 9 instead of trying to draw over into it, because then you can actually have the angle to get the 5 out of there. All right. This is a chance to get on the board. Just got to cinch this ball. Yeah, he gets there. Good job, David. All right. Slowed down Keith's momentum a little bit. He was shooting really good, getting out from everywhere, and then he made a few little mistakes there. That can take a toll mentally as well. So David's got the break. He needs to try to take advantage, play a little bit of table control here, and stay in this match. And he's got a chance. Shape to the 1s or to the 2's not going to be the best, but he can pocket this 1 ball here. talk about short side. Oh, he's going to fire at this. This is going to, cue ball is going to fly. Oh, he hit that with some control and scratch. Oh, no, he did scratch. Yeah, I thought he was going to try to hit it thinner with some low on there and come off the end rail, and the cue ball is going to come all the way back up table. But he tried to just float the 2 in. I'm pretty fortunate he didn't scratch there. Now he's got a long, tough shot on the 3. It was a little unorthodox making it that way, but like we said, it's 9 balls the game, man. You just got to take them as they come. If you're going to get a little bit of love like that, you want to slow down and really take advantage of it. Six goes in the side, so he has options here. He can draw back and play it in the corner, or he can just stun it and come off and play it in the side. He's starting to shoot really fast, too. I don't like playing this in the side. I'd rather play this to this corner with just a little bit of low and draw the cue ball to here and play the 7 in the side. Less travel, the cue ball, easier to control. All you have to do is just bear down and focus on making the 6. You don't even have to hit it hard. You can even just hit center ball. Don't even have to draw. Center ball can bring you off this direction and back out. He hit that pretty hard, but it got really good. Got a good chance to take a 4-1 lead. Now, the last match on this table, the player was up 5-1, and his opponent came back and won the match 7-5. So it is never too late. Yeah. Yep. It's good out. 4-1. David needs to take a little break. Just reset mentally. Not sure if these guys have played each other before. There might be a little bit of history there playing into it. Not sure how many times David's played on streaming tables. All those things can have a little effect on you. If you're out there watching, rooting for one of these guys, let us know. Put it in the chat. They'll definitely appreciate the support when they go back and watch these videos. And they will. Trust me. Crushes the break. Gonna have to open with a safety. And just play the one this direction. Play the cue ball with a little bit of right English to come off this direction. Usually distance is your friend when you're playing safeties, 9 ball, but you don't want to sacrifice trying to get distance when you might end up leaving them an open shot. You can even thin this ball. send the cue ball this direction, just hitting it thin, and sending the cue ball back up this direction. So it's kind of what you want. I think my first one is the easiest one. Yeah, kept it simple. Sometimes it's better just to keep it simple and make sure you execute the shot instead of trying something that's too tough to execute. I would say he's looking at trying to kick off the side rail with some English, but he's got to go 2 rails at this if he's going to go that direction. Now he's looking at the 1 rail. In a tough spot. I think I prefer coming this direction at it. But when you're kicking off this end rail, the 7 ball gets big, so you actually have to aim to hit the 1 over on this side over here, and it makes your contact point smaller. But I think it's the easiest option here. Oh, touched it. He thinned it. Oh, what is he doing? Did it scratch? Maybe it scratched. He's in the way. Boy, I hope that scratched because he thinned that one. All right. A little bit of right-hand English on this brings him out towards the center. He'll be in a good spot to get out here. He's wanting to play the 5 into the side. He just overhit this, but got the corner luckily. And he's going to get, as I say, it looks like he's pretty straight. He might just have to take his medicine, just roll this ball in and shoot a long 8 ball. Luckily, the 8's right there, not too difficult. Yeah. He's going to get funny to the 9. Drama, drama, drama. Going to try banking this 1 rail. Bank's good. Oh, he caught the point. Got a little fortunate there. Usually when you miss those banks, your opponent's, I mean, it's a dead sellout, but he caught that point and the 9 ball rolled into a pretty neutral spot. So David's got a tough go of it here. Went for the bank. Is he going to get some love? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of love. I love this. A lot of people will try to kick off this rail here, come back into the 9 to try to pocket it there. Oh, he's looking at it. Let's say his first thought he looked at was playing the cue ball this direction, thinning the 9, sending it to this end rail, and having the cue ball come off and come down this way, which is a higher percentage, I think. But he wants to win this game right now. I think he'll be going too far. Yeah, it's cutting it too much. This isn't easy, but it's a lot more manageable than the last shot David had on the 9. Yeah, nice shot, David. Yeah, I think Keith, his first thing he looked at was playing that safety. I mean, unless it was wired for the cue ball to go into this side pocket over here, I think his first instincts were best. You know, because playing the kick on the 9, I mean, it's fun. It'd be cool if he made it, but it's just so low percentage compared to playing the safety, keeping somewhat control. Yeah, you're going to leave David a bank shot, but if he makes a good bank, he makes a good bank, But that game's over. 4-2. See if David can get something going off this break. Pocketed ball. It's not the best of tables, and he's got to open with a safety or a bank on the one. I like committing. I don't like playing two ways. Sometimes there's a built-in two-way where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get, so you can focus on something. But I don't like shooting something like this and thinking, oh, if I don't make it, then I'll get safe. Just pick one, commit to it, and he did. He committed to that bank and drilled it. This isn't easy. Too close to the rail to put a really good draw stroke on. So he's going to have to go forward. Great shot, David. That was a really good shot. All right, David's starting to feel it. Great shot. I'm just gonna say, a lot of people they're too afraid to put inside to come back across and try to play shape or run into the six. He didn't. He just played it the way it was supposed to be played. And overhits that. There's a little bit of adrenaline is what that was. I don't know if the 7 passes the 8. If it does, great. It looks like he's looking at the side pocket. He's going to put some draw on it to make sure not scratching the corner. Nice shot. Boy, he needed that cue ball to keep traveling. Well, he was on a really good run right there. Just got on that rail down there and left that 8 tough. Center ball. Just pocket this ball. Cue ball come back across this direction. Shoot the 9 in the same pocket. Don't try to hold. Yeah, just like that. Could be taking a 5-2 lead here. David was putting together a really good rack there. He just overhit that 6, played shape to the 7, and then it was just going to be tough from there. This isn't a give me, though. Got to bear down and make this ball. I've missed easier. Yep, good shot. 2 good shots. And Keith breaks, misses his spot. Cue ball flies around, but he still pockets a ball. He gets an open shot at the 1 ball here. He can, I think he can just do a stop shot on the 1, back cut the 3, and the cue ball come off and hit this. And then he's got a table to get out on. Yeah. I prefer pinching that ball a little bit, not drawing all the way over, but everybody's just a little different. Smart. I liked going for that, breaking that stuff out. I mean, he had the shot for it. And it's tough to get out when the 4.89 are like that. And you have the 4 ball, you can still play safe off of or shoot, but can't fault him. Yeah, David made a good hit. Making life a little more difficult for Keith here. Yeah, it was a good shot. We'll see another safety. I myself probably play the cue ball off this direction. Have the 4 ball come off back out here. It seems easier to get cover. Left David edge of this 4 so you can see almost all of the 4. So he can play a good safety back. Yeah, he overhit it. These are those mistakes you just can't be making at this point. You got to start, getting your opponent kicking at balls, instead of being able to play these safeties and play these shots back. Good hit. He had to use a lot of right-hand English to be able to come off the end rail and spin over to that 4, and he hit it really good. He got rewarded by getting a good leave here. Went right around it. Yep, this is one of those shots where if you're going to play the 4 and try to get out, you need to leave yourself an angle for you're playing right here and you're breaking that stuff out. But he's being smart. He's going to roll in between the 9-8 right here and play this safety. That was a good shot. Keith's on 1, so Keith definitely wants to get a hit here because if not, he'll be kicking for his game because 3 foul is in effect. Yeah, got a good hit. It separated these balls. Oh, he fired that ball in. Wow. Hit that 3/4 of a table too hard there. Keith's wanting Rich to get this rack off the table. I don't blame him. Yeah, he's taking a look to see where he needs to get for the 7. He's just not willy-nilly in it. It's not a matter of just getting to the 7 to pocket it, but he wants to get good on the 7 so that he can play easy shape to the 8 to get to the 9. Last thing you want is to come up short and be playing the 7 and running into the 8. Or come up long, I should say. It's a big game. This will put Keith on the hill if he gets out here. He knows it too. He's taking a little extra time. 3 toughest games: the first, the last, and the one that puts you on the hill. All right, play this in the corner, center ball, and just stun it to the side rail over here. That's what he's doing. There you go. Good shot. Keith gets to the hill first. David's got an uphill battle. It's going to be difficult from this point out. Crushes the break. Jeez, he makes 4 balls. Has a shot at the 1. It's not easy, but it's an open shot. The only problem is the 6. Depending on how he plays this 1 is what he's going to be able to do with that 6 ball. Even if he just makes the 1 and then he can play, even if he just gets to this area over here, he can play a safety or something. Obviously, he wants to try to get out. He wants to try to get short side on the 6 ball. Well, if he just hits this pocket speed to float this in, cue ball's natural path is going to bring him this direction. Yeah, he just missed it. And didn't leave much for David. All right, this is for the match. Keith's taking his time. There's a lot of shots in here David's going to want back for sure. There it is. Good job, Keith. Shot really good. David struggled, but you can't take anything away from Keith. He shot pretty strong there. He had a rack or 2 in the middle that he made some mistakes in, but other than that, he shot really, really good. So good job, Keith. Stick around. Stay tuned. Go to EvoSports Streaming on YouTube. You can click on the live function and see matches. And then if you don't see them there, you can go to the playlists and find the Dutch. Jared Pickens will be coming up next. He'll be playing Jose Padilla. So Jared Pickens from Spokane, Washington will be playing Jose Padilla from Yakima, Washington, right here on table 1. Final 4 on the A side, trying to get themselves to the hot seat match. Keith might be done for the day. I'm not sure, depending on how late they're wanting to run the tournament. But yep. See you in the next one.